Mark Chmura, the former tight end of the Green Bay Packers, had the comments about trying to hurt Brock Purdy to get a 15-yarder, and he said, every time we played the Niners, we knew we had to throw it all and try to lay out Brent Jones. Called you out by name, which got me kind of rankled, dude. I was sort of pissed by it. So then I took my shots. But I thought, well, we give you the floor, give you an opportunity to respond or your thoughts on the comments.
Well, I did hear about him, and my first thought was, isn't that guy still in jail?
That's what I think. Yeah.
And so, I was kind of shocked, but there was a game, and you guys, it was brutal. There was a guy named Wayne Simmons that he's no longer with us, but I talked to Mike Holmgren about it just recently in the last 6 months, and he said that guy, when he had to cut Wayne Simmons, he said he was afraid. He had security around him. He said this guy was a different guy, but he could bench press 500 pounds. And coming into the game, Mike Holmgren told him, and I didn't know this, obviously, you stand over Brent Jones, you grab him and hold him at the line of scrimmage every single play. Every play. Because back then, they didn't count tight end as much as receivers as they do nowadays.
Yeah.
And the ref, Mike Holmgren said, 1 out of 10 times they'll call it, and it's 5 yards. And he said, I don't care. And I literally was punching him, fighting, throwing blows. The guy wanted to kill me, and it disrupted our timing, getting off the line of scrimmage and all this stuff. But I think back to Chmura's comments, like, yeah, it was brutal, but I had 8 catches for like $120. So
$12. I got it right in front of me. I got the numbers. I was ready with receipts.
Not bad.
There's a guy named Jerry Rice that you could have been worried about too.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing was they were going to play 2D coverage and double the outside guys and not let me affect the safeties in the middle of the field. So it was brutal, but let's face it, Mark Chmura, he obviously is – we know he's morally bankrupt. Now we know he's mentally bankrupt. He's on some podcast, and it's a whatever. I wanted to throw some blows, but yeah,
Well, hey, look, you didn't celebrate victories by rolling over to the local post-prom party and jumping in the hot tub.
Yeah, come on.
With all the high school hotties. I mean, come on, bro.
I don't know. He has a restraining order. He can't get within 100 yards of a hot tub in Green Bay when he goes to jail.
Yeah, and he's not allowed to play Christine 16 by Kiss anymore either. It's weird. I don't know. He's not allowed to bump that.
There's a great, credible guy out there on the radio in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Hey, and also, he needs to buy a vowel. Chmura is like, are you mumbling? Like, get a vowel in the name.
So you put a spoonful of peanut butter in his mouth and tried to say chimichurri or something like that.
My goodness gracious. Well, I mean, look.
Well, good deal, Brent.
He just went from stupid to stupid. He before he even said that, he said, I'm not saying you should hurt Purdy, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just, it's like, what are you talking about? I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, we obviously don't need to test him for CTE at all. That's 100% confirmation. But
I think his thing was if the Niners win, great jacuzzi party. If the Packers win, great jacuzzi party.
Bingo! It's a win-win. Can't lose.
Yeah, perfect.